Man, I feel like I tried to force it a little bit. You know, I heard him early, and I tried to jump on him. And then, you know, from there, I kind of sat with him, you know, and tried to wait for the opportunity. But that's where he was sturdy. That's where he was strong. And, you know, anytime I stepped back, you know, and started letting my hands go, it kind of flowed a little bit better. But I kind of forced it, and I feel like that's why I went the distance. But nevertheless, we came out on top.
Coming out in the 6th, I saw you start to slip punches, make him miss, make him pay. But then you decided to stand in the pocket for the rest of the fight and exchange. Is that a decision, or was that down to Noakes?
No, I feel like that was a decision. You know, for some reason, I just like to fight. You know, and I fought his fight. You know, I feel like it would have came out a little smoother had I stayed dialed in on my corner a little bit better. But we came out on top. You know, we was ready, prepared to go 12 and do what we had to do.
And just wrapping up, I've been here for 6 years, and I've seen them try to create stars and force fans to like people. But you came in, it was quiet, and by the time you left, they were chanting your name, Abdullah, Abdullah, Abdullah. Do you realize that you become a star tonight?
Absolutely. You know, boxing's youngest and newest.
What do you want next for yourself?
Yeah, this is for the first step towards a lot more greatness. You know, boxing going to determine what's going to come next.
Congratulations on the heart.
Future of boxing, Abdullah Mason from Ohio. Here we go. 12 rounds. WBO world title is on the line.
You can just see how big and how wide the shoulders are of Sam Noakes. Just ripped and
here, Sergio.
I'm looking to see who's gonna a better punch. Who's gonna have more punch resistance? Both these guys carry big power. Whenever one lands,
Noakes needs to start faster, rack up some early rounds and uncomfortable before Mason, who seems to have more tools, more ways to win, can figure him out. Mason looks a lot bigger in there.
I don't know about that, Todd. He looks taller and muscular. I would favor Mason.
Yeah, Mason, I think he's fighting in England, right? Look at all the fans cheering for Sam Noakes, who traveled over here. Mason has good support too. He's a practicing muscle boxer.
And they travel, they support their own.
And they're fighting for the WBO vacant title. That was a title that was stripped from Keyshawn Davis after he failed to make weight.
Have you heard from him? What are we going to see from Davis?
I think we're going to see him at the top of the moving up to 140.
You know, who's going to have the heavier hands and the heavier punches? Both these guys have a...
Noakes turned pro when Mason was 15 over Chris Hadaway.
Ooh, good uppercut there by Mason. Mason's going to have to be creative with his offense. You know, it's going to be hard to penetrate that.
You can see Mitch forward, close the distance. There it is again. Nice side step, left hand to the top.
And you can see Noakes is trying every combination. Uppercut came with that corkscrew left hook.
This is not the range.
Continue going forward, pressing the action. He can't let Mason fight at long range like that. Mason is really sharp, very accurate with those long arms, especially from that southpaw stance. I want to see more of those feints. See how no bit on that first feint that Mason threw.
Mason promised to be very physical in this fight. He said, physically, it's not close. I'm the strongest lightweight around.
Noakes wants to be physical, and Mason...
Yeah, I shaded that round to Mason.
But had such a great attitude all week. He's been so excited. He said, listen, seeing my face on the bench, it's been so exciting. I'm just amped to be
the body. You rarely see that. His catching counters to the body. I want to see more of that. He's a vicious body puncher. And the legs and the ring generalship. Mason's going to be to the body.
Good jab and gets out quick, does Mason. Is on the line.
You can just see how big and how wide the shoulders are of Sam Noakes. Just ripped and
here, Sergio.
I'm looking to see who's gonna a better punch. Who's gonna have more punch resistance? Both these guys carry big power. Whenever one lands,
Noakes needs to start faster, rack up some early rounds and uncomfortable before Mason, who seems to have more tools, more ways to win, can figure him out. Mason looks a lot bigger in there.
I don't know about that, Todd. He looks taller and muscular. I would favor Mason.
Yeah, Mason, I think he's fighting in England, right? Look at all the fans cheering for Sam Noakes, who traveled over here. Mason has good support too. He's a practicing muscle boxer.
And they travel, they support their own.
and they're fighting for the WBO vacant title. That was a title that was stripped from Keyshawn Davis after he failed to make weight.
Have you heard from him? What are we going to see from Davis?
I think we're going to see him at the top of the year, moving up to 140.
You know, who's going to have the heavier hands and the heavier punches? Both these guys have a...
Noakes turned pro when Mason was 15 over Chris Hadaway.
Ooh, good uppercut there by Mason. Mason's going to have to be creative with his offense. You know, it's going to be hard to penetrate that.
You can see him inch forward, close the distance. There it is again. Nice side step. Left hand to the top.
And you can see Noakes is trying every combination. Uppercut came with that corkscrew left hook.
This is not the range.
Continue going forward, pressing the action. He can't let Mason fight at long range like that. Mason is really sharp, very accurate with those long arms, especially from that southpaw stance. I want to see more of those feints. See how no bit on that first feint that Mason threw?
Mason promised to be very physical in this fight. He said, physically, it's not close. I'm the strongest lightweight around.
Noakes wants to be physical, and Mason...
Yeah, I shaded that round to Mason, but
Had such a great attitude all week. He's been so excited. He said, listen, seeing my face on the field, it's been so exciting. I'm just amped to be
the body. You rarely see that. It's catching counters to the body. I want to see more of that from the vicious body puncher. And the legs and the ring general shift. Mason's going to be to the body.
good jab and gets out quick, does Mason.
And in order to close that distance, Sam Noakes needs to jab. Aren't as fast.
Equilibrium seems a little bit off, but he's still throwing punches. That's all he knows how.
Wide stance. This is what I like about Sam, but he can outfight him, he can outgrudge him, he can get it.
Good shot from Noakes. That's what they want to see more of.
Noakes or the mid-range, he's only going to be at the end of the longer arm.
And you see the disparity right in their hand speed. Mason has really fast hand.
Good shot there.
Mason started the round strong, but Noakes has come on.
I would love to see Noakes throw a lead right hand and follow with a jab to a southpaw. You got to do everything backwards against the left-hander. With the right, catch him off guard with that left hand.
Let's check in with Emily Austin. All right, round three, Sam Noakes fighting only the second southpaw of his pro career.
Punching sharp snipers like Abdullah Mason from that left-handed stance. No way. Oh, good body shot there by Mason.
And now he had Noakes up against the ropes. Mike, do you believe that?
Athletic than you, has faster hands than you. You're gonna have.
Not Muay Thai.
Speed.
Exquisite timing for the 21-year-old.
Accuracy, power, lethal combination.
Answer right back with the right hand, but he's in trouble.
Mason digging to the body, some big shots.
I love the fact that
Sam Noakes' left eye. He's in real trouble here. And they sense that maybe this fight could be stopped due to that cut.
It's pouring right into the eye too, Todd.
Noakes facing some real adversity here.
Mason bust up that.
This is it, the final 3 minutes of incredible action from 21-year-old Abdullah Mason. We'll take one final look at the scorecards according to Mike Coppinger and those of you on the Zone app. The exchange ball hang out. Coppinger has it 107-102 after giving Neil.
I could almost assure competitive fight than those scorecards read right there.
We'll see, Sergio.
We'll see right now. Criticism of players, I'm giving it you, Kyle. Maybe it's just
Advance, and Mason with that single point to fan zone.
I want to see this fight again.
We have a sensational
the strength and the championship belt on the line.
This is an absolute mess.
Shot there, finally. Sam Noakes romantic goes on the back foot.
So you want to be a world champion. This is what you have to go through to do it.
See his excellence here.
Sam Noakes.
What a fight, man.
From Noakes. But this has been Mason's round. Noakes pleading with him to come forward.
Shot to the body.
Right hand from Noakes. Abdullah Mason answers back.
His body shot that hurt Noakes again. I think he's hurt to the body. This is the opponent by two champion fighters fighting for strength.
And you saw a little bit of a slip there from Mason. Noakes is close.
How can you not be romantic about boxing, man? This is beautiful.
And that will do it. Standing ovation. They both deserve it. Who is the new World WBO lightweight champion?
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, all for your winner by unanimous decision, still undefeated, and now the WBO lightweight champion of the world, Abdullah Mason!